Okay, hey everyone, it's Carl here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks panelists for coming on. I don't know how many more panelists are going to come on. It was kind of a short notice thing here today, but you know, I've seen a lot of people posting in the IBK group and stuff, and I just wanted to come on to see if I can kind of give you guys a little bit of guidance, okay? One of the things that I guess a lot of people are getting a little bit, I don't want to say frustrated, but they're getting flustered with is when something is not working, okay? Like, for instance, the IBK software, if you're using version 1.3 like I am, it's working right fine, okay? They did a couple of updates, and it kind of screwed up a few of the modules in there. They're working on that. They're going to fix that here in the next 24 hours. My advice is downgrade to 1.3 and everything will work fine for you, okay? Until the new upgrade is done and then all the modules be in place plus the new additional stuff that's being added to the software, which is very cool stuff actually. Okay, so some of the questions have been this, okay? When I try to auto-join groups, I'm getting a blank, okay? That's part of the problem with the software. So, what do you do when that happens? Any panelists, any idea? What do you do when something's not working?
Yeah, when you do that, you're supposed to refresh, but I did the refreshing, and it didn't work a couple of times, and I just had to search for groups. I did search again for groups, and then it would start working. And that's what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm auto-joining groups while we're speaking.
Okay, so what if that didn't work? Okay, what if you just kept on getting a blank screen? What do you do then?
Find a different way.
What's that?
Find a different way to advertise.
Exactly.
Manually post them.
Exactly. Now, isn't that what I've told all of you guys to do? Yep. If something doesn't work, find a different path. Don't sit there and vent in a group. Don't sit there and start saying, "Oh, this is crap and nothing's working." You know, if I did that, I'd be homeless today. Seriously. You know, you can't. You got to take all the negative things that happen and create a positive outcome from it. Okay? So Stephen just said, manually post. That's what I would do. I would go in and start manually joining the groups until the software has been fixed. It's going to be fixed in the next 24 to 48 hours. Instead, people want to have a conniption fit on the internet and let everybody know how aggravated they are. What good does that do? Because what that's going to do, it's going to give everybody who's watching you a negative impact on who you are, and they're not going to want to work with you. I'll tell you that right now. They're just not going to want to work with you. Okay?
Hey, Carl, how come all the people that are crying right now aren't on this hangout?
Well, I'm not even going to go there. Okay?
I rest my case.
This is not to offend anybody, and everybody's going to call me when I'm on a hangout. So we'll just let that ring. The one thing that we find all the time is people just want to vent for whatever that reason is. Now, I read so much in the Skype groups, and this is why I really don't like or Facebook groups. This is why I don't like them, is because all people can want to really do in there is whine and complain. That's all they want to do. There's very few people that will actually start saying anything positive. You can say this group is for only positive stuff, and what are you going to get? You're going to get the people that are just frustrated for whatever reason it is because they can't think of what they need to do next. Okay? So, what did I do? I went out and I created a training site with step-by-step instructions of what to do. Now, I have that with my 90-day plan, which is the manual way. And then I have the training on the software, which is using the software. So if the software isn't working currently, does that mean your business is in the hole? Does that mean it's over and life is done and it's time to put a gun to your head? Come on. You just got to think about what we do. And then everybody goes, well, the whole program's all about the software and the training. You're right, it is. Okay? Now, let's look at, it's two parts. It's training and it's software. Okay? The training part tells you how to market social media. Okay? My training, which is in the back office, okay, tells you how to market social media in a manual fashion. That's what I used to do before I had software. And I still made between 5, 10, 15,000 a month. So you're telling me that doesn't work? Come on. Okay? You know what it is? It's just that it takes more time and more work to do that. What a concept, eh? Work. When you work, you make money. I don't know where else you go. To get a job out there, you got to go and sit in a cubicle for 8 hours. You got to work, and then 2 weeks later, they're going to give you a paycheck. Okay? It doesn't matter where you go. Work is all part of the whole thing, everyone. Okay? Now, I'm going to get into the storytelling thing here in a bit, but I need to just clarify a few things, okay? For those of you that are listening to this right now, that are frustrated out there, okay, this is where I want you to have just a mind cleanse right now, okay? I want you to get rid of all that negative energy that you got flowing through your veins right now that's making you want to explode and yell at people and get mad and call scam and call whatever. Whatever it's going to make you do negatively, okay, we need to recharge that energy and put it into a positive motion, okay? So if the software isn't working for you, life is not over. Okay? It's just the software, all that does is it saves you a ton of time. Okay? Everything you want to do in a day can be done in about an hour with that software. Okay? So, software not quite working right now? It's okay. Downgrade to 1.3 and it works just fine. Or you can continue complaining and bitching at everybody and all that kind of stuff, and you know, and be frustrated sitting there saying, well, this doesn't work. I get a blank screen. This doesn't work. I've just told you what the fix is. Okay? So, again, you know, those that are listening to me, the panel members know, I'm transparent, man. I'm going to tell you how I see it and how it is. You either like me, you don't like me. Okay? It doesn't matter to me, because I will train you to make money if you want to listen. If you don't, I guess there's other people out there you can try and find that's going to help you do. But I'll guarantee you, you're not going to find too many people like me that will spend the time doing it. Okay? Most people in IBK right now, I'll tell you, that will go out and they will make sales and they will not talk to you. They will go out, they will sell you the IBK package and they will move on. They don't want to have anything to do with you. They're going to tell you, go talk to Billy. Go to the back office. They're not going to do that. Okay? And that's what the typical way is of most marketers out there. And most of those marketers will only make occasional sales. They won't make a lot of them. And if they do, at the end of the day, they're going to have no friends left. Because in business, if you don't communicate with people, it's game over. Okay? Understand that right now. If you want to get into a business and not talk to anybody, okay, and this is what everybody wants to do, but yet they're the first ones to complain saying, no one wants to talk to me. Right? I'm not joining you because no one wants to talk to me. And yet the first thing they do is they go in there and they sell something when someone wants to talk to them. I'm not talking to you. Go to the company. Double standard, or what is this? You know? So I needed to get this off of my shoulders today, and I need to express this out to you, because if a lot of you are not making money, that is the major reason why. Okay? One, you're allowing things, you're allowing any kind of roadblock to aggravate you. Two, you're choosing not to talk to people, and yet you are one who demands people to talk to you. If you go out to buy cable from the cable company and your cable is not working, you want a phone and you want to talk and you want to yell at somebody, don't you? And when they don't answer you, you get upset and you go, I'm going to change cable companies because you won't talk to me. Everybody see the pattern here?
Yep.
So, understand that. This is a learning thing, folks. Okay? I'm not trying to be a jerk off on here or anything. I'm just trying to lay out exactly what business is all about here. Okay? You've got to be prepared to talk to people. I don't care if you're shy. It doesn't matter. I was shy at the beginning. If you ever saw me when I first started network marketing, when I got on the phone with somebody, thank God we didn't have webcams back then, because I had sweat beads and everything rolling down my face. It looked like I was in like 300 degrees of heat. Okay? I was sweating because I was so nervous talking to people. And I used to have to go to these halls and stuff like that, the hall meetings, because this was before the internet. This is when we went there. And when I talked to people, same thing, sweating. And they're going, why are you sweating? It's not hot in here. I'm nervous, right? And I would soak my shirts and everything. You've seen all that. You know, you lift your arms up and you got the big sweat bods there and all that kind of stuff. That used to be me. I used to be very, very nervous. But it's because I hadn't had the opportunity to build my confidence yet. Okay? What I'm going to try and do is help as many of you get to be confident enough that you can get on the phone with anybody, whether they're a high caliber marketer or whether they're just a newbie, and get on there and be able to explain to them just the basics. You don't have to go on and train every single person you bring onto this. Okay? The responsibility is for the company to have that kind of stuff. Now, I've offered my own training to Billy to put into the back office. So that training and everything is all there, and I keep it pretty current. And it's got the step-by-step, and it's got all that stuff that you need to provide to anybody new coming into your business. Okay? The videos are there, the capture pages are there, the instructions are in the back office. Can they be better? Probably. Are we going to work on it? Definitely. Okay? I talk to Billy just about every day, and this is a guy who listens. He listens to the people, he acts, and he makes things better. Okay? He's probably one of your best business people you could ever be involved with. Okay? Because he's actually one who gives a darn about his company, his business, and the people that come into his business. So he's working on it. I text with him every day. He goes, I got this going, I got this going. He's working on virtual assistants. He's working on all kinds of stuff, getting things in place to make things better for everybody in IBK. I couldn't be in a happier place than I am right now than I am with IBK, because half the companies I get involved with, I'm so fed up with them, it's unbelievable. I just want to every single one of the business owners because they just don't want to do anything. Okay? This case here, you couldn't have asked for a better company, CEO, whatever you want to label Billy as, because he is like one of the best people you could work with. Okay? Hands down. So, let's get on to our topic today. Okay? First of all, I just want to introduce everybody on the panel here. We got Thomas Marguccio. We've got Stephen, oh my God, Stephen, what's your last name again? Steve. Okay, we got Stephen on here, and we got John Maxfield. Stephen Hurst. Jeez, Stephen Hurst. Sorry, Stephen had a little bit of a brain thing here.
Well, you remember my name. Mine is harder than his. His Hurst.
Yeah, I know. I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't think of it. So sorry about that, Stephen.
Right.
So we've got the three panelists on here. I don't know who's all listening right now, but you know, I do open this panel up. If you want to come onto this panel right now, it's there. You can come on to this panel. And, you know, we're here to give you exposure out there to help you in building your business. We're here to try to answer the questions that you guys might have out there. So one of the things I want to talk about, and this is the biggest thing that will make you successful in this industry, is becoming a storyteller. Okay? Now, if any of you follow any of the stuff that I write on Facebook, okay? Everything I write on Facebook every day is about my journey through IBK. Okay? I talk about, you know, what happened on the weekend. You know, you heard about me going fishing on Sunday. You know, you heard about me doing the training the last couple of days with people. This morning you might have seen the post that, you know, again, I woke up to $150 again. That was, you know what, that's a nice thing. right? It happens, and the more that you get your exposure out there, and the more of a storyteller you become, the better your following is going to become, and the more likely of somebody actually going in and buying your product from you is a lot higher. Okay, so the one thing you have to do, okay, is find a way to brand yourself. Okay, branding yourself is very, very important. You've probably heard that from many, many people out there. I am going to drill that into you. Okay, now when you go to brand yourself, okay, I got some feedback, so I'm just going to mute you guys out here. I'm not sure where it's all coming from. So when you're going to brand yourself, you want to make sure that you know, if you're using a separate URL or something like that, that you are, it's all about you. Like, you know, I use like Work with Carl H. or Success with Carl H. or Travel with Carl H. or whatever it is. You know, I brand myself. You know, carlhovelson.com. You know, that sort of stuff. So you should be doing the same thing. And I know some of you are, like, you know, Success with Joan Maximiuk, I think, or Joan Maxi, I think she's got out there, a few of them like that. You know, you've got, I think, Success with Thomas or something you've got out there, something like that, Tom. And Stephen, I'm not sure if you have anything like that going, but, you know, this is what you want to be doing, okay? You want to be able to drive people to who you are, because ultimately, people buy from people. You know, they don't necessarily go to the company. They want to go and they want to get involved with somebody who's actually actively involved. Okay? Then you have the other then you have the compulsive people. The compulsive people out there will just see an advertisement come up, they go in and they immediately join. Okay? Here's what I'm going to tell you right now, because so many people find themselves in a no support situation almost all the time, okay? Before you get involved in any kind of business out there, make sure you do due diligence, not only on the company, but do a search on who it is that's link you came across. Find out, are they active? See, what I always do is, if I see a link or something out there that, you know, something that just really, really attracts me and think, you know what, I think I could use this. The first thing I do is I look for whoever's name is on the page. If I don't see them on the page, they just lost out. If their information isn't there, they just lost out on what could have been a potential commission from me. So I will then go on to the search engines and I will search until I find somebody where I can find their name and their phone number, and I will call them and I will ask them about their business. And they better know it, because otherwise they lose out on a commission, because I won't stop phoning people until I find somebody who's highly active and knows their business. It's the same thing with IBK, okay? I don't know how many of you on this panel here know exactly what IBK is about. So if you need to, you better go and look at the site right now, because I'm going to hammer you with some questions here right away, okay? So you need to go and do research on what the company is all about, what's behind it, the owner, everything. Know it as if it was your own company, because you are literally the owner of your own IBK business. You're an independent business owner of the IBK product. Okay? So, here we go. Joan, unmute yourself, okay? Tell me what you know about the company, what you know about the owner, that sort of thing. I want to see just how well you know IBK.
Put me on the spot, Carl.
Of course I did. That's what I do.
I'll go first. If you don't want to do it, I'll go.
It's a software and training program. The owner of the company's name is Billy. He lives in Australia. He has been in other programs before. He put this program together so that we would have an opportunity to use it either to advertise and bring people into IBK, or we could use it as a platform to build our existing businesses on. And he has a poster that is a Facebook poster that you can automatically post to groups. You can post into other programs on the internet like Hercules and different sites where you can go to. You can pay to belong to them, and you can advertise IBK there. What I like about IBK is the fact that it's just, you don't have any downline to worry about. You don't have to worry about training people consistently. It's a program that really stands on its own. You get paid the $150 and that's it. Move on to the next person that you want to bring into the company. There's no affiliate program attached with it. It's strictly $150 put into your PayPal account plus a $47 fee that covers administration.
Okay, see, so Joan knows what the whole concept about. I look at it a little bit differently. Okay, I look at this as being a ultimate and exclusive marketing suite. Okay, the information in there that we have, the training on social media and stuff like that, is all based on past experience. Okay, Stephen, I got to mute you up because you're giving reverb. Sorry, I'll get you on in a second. Okay, you know, it also has exclusive software. Now, this software is custom built for IBK. You know, no one else has this software. That's what also makes this very, very special. Now, you know, it's designed right now for Facebook. We do have other softwares coming. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that, but I just did. Sorry, Billy. Okay, we have other stuff coming for other social media out there, which is going to make us even more powerful and end up doubling and tripling and quadrupling our income. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to Stephen, now that he's had time to go through the site and everything and get his whole story together. So let's go to Stephen. Stephen, I want you to just let me know what you know about the company and what you would say to people. Unmute yourself. I have to mute you out.
Okay, the question was, what do I know about IBK and what else?
And how would you present it to people if someone asked you, well, what is IBK all about?
Well, the IBK program itself is $47. You get all the software, you get the posting program, and the $150 I take as training pay. I will train you just like you as long as I need to. So it's a one-time $150. It's a one-time $47. That's what I see, is you're getting a software for $47 and training for $150.
Well, that's a unique way of going about it. You know, to me, it's like, you know, it's a $197 altogether. But that's kind of a cool way of actually doing it, because now you're putting yourself in that situation. However, here where it could get you into a little bit of trouble. Okay, so I say to you, okay, give me the access to the software. So now you become my trainer. So now whenever I have issues or anything, or every time I want to get trained, I come to you? Is that what you're telling me?
On the IBK system, yes.
Okay. Well, that's not what you just told me. You told me that you get paid to be a trainer. So that means I don't have to go to IBK. I can just go to you.
Sure. I see what you're saying.
So that's not what you actually want to say. Okay?
Exactly.
Here's how I would word it. It's $197 one time for this exclusive system. Okay? What you get is you get training and you get access to the exclusive software in the back office. And for my efforts of introducing you to this product suite, they pay me $150. Okay? So what you want to do is, because the whole idea of this is for you to be hands-off on this, okay? If you tell people that you're getting paid $150 to train, you better be ready to be busy all the time, okay? Because people will call you.
Sure.
Right? So, I mean, I tell people that we have it in the training center, but I also have my own training in there, and what did I do? I opened up Pandora's box. Right?
Yep.
So because now people call me and I go, wait a sec, everything is in the back office there. Okay? I just provided a training site. That's all it is. So I kind of open Pandora's box on myself, and I don't want anybody else doing that. Okay? Because all the information is definitely in the back office. I just have to look at this. It's my daughter. Just give me a second. Okay, she just let me know where she is. Okay, so just make sure that when you do talk to people and they ask you these kind of questions, that you provide them with the basic details that this is what it is. The back office has all the training details. There's modules there. And what I also do is I get them on Skype with me, and I'll take them for a tour of the back office. On my own personal site, I actually did a video where I take people through the back office and show them what they get. Some of you may have seen that video, maybe some of you haven't. But it's my own marketing site that I built for myself to do my own marketing. I've talked to Billy about this, saying that maybe he needs to do a video that takes people for a tour on the steps they need to do. Click here, click here, click here, click here, and it'll go all the way through. And that's something that can always be worked on. Right? But right now, we have what we have there, okay? And that's why I'm doing these Hangouts, to kind of help people with that kind of guidance, so to speak, okay? So let's get back or let's get over to Tom. Tom, I want to hear your side of this, okay? And then we're going to get on to the storytelling.
All right. Basically, I like the product. And I think it's going to be better as you're improving things, as Billy's improving things. It's basically good product, and the suite is excellent. I think it just excuse me, needs a little bit of more support. And now I know, Carl, you're doing a great job, and you're doing above and beyond a call of duty. Now, Billy, we don't see Billy. We get your second hand from you to Billy. Now, I'm thinking that maybe he should get more involved in supporting this product, because it obviously needs some support as far as updates and what problems that people have. Now, is it possible that he could be doing more of a support role and putting you more in like not back, but less involved? That he could do more as far as helping us out with the product. And marketing, you're good at the marketing, but he and his programmer need to be a little more hands-on as far as this product is concerned.
Well, I've actually had a talk with him on that, and he's actually going out and hiring people for support and stuff like that. So that's coming, okay? You got to remember, this is a brand new company, and it's evolving, and it's basically just an affiliate sales site, right? And because it's an affiliate sales site, all you have is basically just the information of videos, step-by-step videos that are there. But it's blossoming into something much bigger than that, and Billy sees that happening, okay? Billy is actually more accessible than you might think. He's always constantly in the groups and stuff, like the Facebook group and that. He's always in there, and he's always talking in the Facebook group. And he does communicate with people through private messaging in Facebook.
Oh, right.
He is on Skype, but doesn't use it as much. Right. But he is, again, we got to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, because this is the first time he's actually owned his own product and stuff like that. But he's doing a hell of a job, okay, for that. He does communicate. A lot of people just don't see that as much. He is going to be doing a lot more videos and updating the videos in the back office. The programmer is, like I said, he's developing multiple softwares. Okay, there's going to be a new probably one last revision for this particular Facebook posting software. The reason there's been so many revisions lately is Facebook's done a lot of changes, and he's the type of programmer that stays on top of that and wants to make sure that the software is current. Okay. For us as marketers, it seems to be annoying, but you have to understand is that if he doesn't do this, then eventually that software doesn't work. Okay? So the revisions he does is very, very, very necessary for everything. So give this guy the benefit of the doubt. It's all coming. He's bringing stuff together here. He does want everything working 150% for everybody, and you can guarantee that he's going to get that done. Okay? So hopefully that answered the question. You just didn't answer my question. Okay?
Oh, your question.
So I'm going to give you one last chance to do that before I move on.
All right.
Okay?
All
Because
right.
I asked you, what do you say to people, and you completely missed that one.
All right.
So one last chance.
I went over to the sites, Carl, and I lost the Hangout because your recording went off on my marketing site. So your marketing page is excellent and explains a lot, and the videos are great. Now I need to review that, but it's more of a, like you said, a marketing suite that we have to help people to market on social media. That's basically what it is. Enabling us to market on social media successfully, either IBK or any other program. And that's what the software does, that's what the training does. It makes us mavens or gurus, so to speak, in the marketing in the marketing area online. So that's basically what it is. I mean, the specifics are what the softwares do, but the overall is that it helps us to be successful marketers with pages, capture pages, and all the bells and whistles that enable us to be successful online. And that's basically what we're doing, and we're just helping people to make it work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And here's the other thing that you're probably going to get from a lot of people, and this is how I'm going to respond to it. Okay, questions are like this. Questions are like, what makes IBK more special than anything else? I can find half this stuff on YouTube. Okay, probably heard that stuff, right?
Mm.
You might get, well, all this seems is that we're just this is a money game. We're just selling this to make money. You get that? Those are the two big questions I get. Okay?
Okay.
Here's how I respond to that. Okay? I said, yes, on YouTube, there are lots of videos out there. But what a lot of those videos don't do is they don't give you specifics. They give you a broad spectrum, okay, of what to do. We go down to the detail of what you need to do, okay? That's what misses out on most of the stuff on YouTube videos. And the reason for that is because the guys and gals who make those videos don't want you to know what the details are, okay? Because the details is what makes you the money. The broad spectrum just tells you, post here, say this, do that, do this, okay? But in the detailed fashion, it tells you how to follow up with people, what to say to people, how to deal with questions and stuff like that. They don't cover that kind of stuff. And that's the thing that makes the sale, okay, in any business. Because people are going to get into specifics. Just like I asked you guys here, if someone asked you something, what would you be able to say? How well do you know your business? And people will react on your knowledge. Okay? If you don't know anything, chances are you're not going to make the sale because they're going to think, well, I'm not going to get involved with somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about or doesn't know what they're doing. Okay? You've already heard that line, the blind leading the blind. Okay? 90 to 98% of the people online are the blind leading the blind because they've neglected to learn what their business is all about. And that's why so many people never, ever make any money. Because,
Can I just add something to that, Carl?
Sure.
Okay, one of the most important things when you join IBK is, number one, you go into the back office and you go through every video and all the trainings that Billy has up there. Then if you want to simplify it and bring it down to narrow it down, go to the 90-day game plan, look at your videos, go through all of the information, and do it 3 or 4 times to get it in your mind. This is what I'm finding most people are not doing. They're relying on going to you and asking you questions, or coming to me or whoever else and asking questions rather than trying to find the answer that is in the information that's supplied. Then if you go through it 3 or 4 times and it's still boggling your mind and you can't figure it out, then go to you or go to someone to get the questions answered. But don't expect Carl or anyone else to load your software, do everything for you so that all you have to do is hit a button and everything's done. That's not what this program is about. We have to take responsibility and onus on ourselves to get this program in our mind so that not only do we understand it, but when we bring someone on board, we don't have to send them to you. We can explain it to them so they can understand it and get moving with the program.
Well, here's the simplicity of what I do, and this is what I tell everybody. You know, you're always going to have people that are going to want to come to you and ask questions, okay? And that's a given. That's part of business. But the first thing I do when people come and ask me a question, I go, well, have you gone through the training yet? Okay, that's the first thing I ask them. I says, you know, the back office has the training. Have you gone through it? Or are you just trying to bypass it and waste my time on trying to get the answers when they're right there? So what I tell people is this. I says, here's what I want you to do. I says, I'll get on the phone and I'll spend a half an hour with you on the phone and go through things. But I will not do it until you've gone through all of the training that's in the back office. I want you to go through that before you come on and talk to me. Because if you come on and get me on the phone and start asking me questions about what's there, I'm going to have to make a decision whether I want to continue talking to you or ask you for your Visa card so I can charge you my $250 an hour charge. Okay? My time is valuable, just like anybody else is there. Joan, yours is valuable. Rick's is valuable. The Stevens is valuable. Tom's is valuable. Everybody listening to this is valuable. Your time is worth a lot of money. It's up to you what kind of value you want to put on it. I put $250 an hour on mine. Okay? I could put $300 or $500. I could put whatever value I want on mine. But I put $250 on mine and I let people know. Well, the program costs you $200 to get into. Okay? It has all the training and everything there. Now, if you want to spend $250 an hour with me, I'll go through and I'll set up all your software. I'll do it all for you on there. But you're paying me $250 an hour to do that because you're taking me away from my business, right? But the whole idea why I do what I do is because I'm here to support my people that I refer, anybody in general really, that are having difficulty after going through the instructions. Okay? That's why I created the training site I did. That took a lot of hours to put that together with videos and step-by-step breakdown and everything else of what you need to do. And I have many people who have not gone through that. I've had many people who haven't watched any video in the back office of Billy, and yet they phone me and go, can you go through this with me? Well, no, I can't. Until you actually attempt to do it yourself. Because if you can't do it, how are you going to be able to explain to anybody else what they need to do? You see? And until we get to that point, okay, until you get to that point of actually learning, I mean, what do we go to school for? We go to university. We go to all that kind of stuff to learn how to be engineers, doctors, lawyers, carpenters, whatever it is. We have to go through, and we're given tasks that we need to do in order to graduate in that profession. Okay? This is a profession. Don't think it's not a profession. Bring up Harvard online and go and look. Network marketing is in their curriculum. Okay? This is a profession. Okay? I'm a professional marketer. I got 35 years experience in here. You want to pick my brain? You can pick it, but after you go through everything. You don't do it, you're paying my hourly rate. Okay? Because you take me away from my business. And each and every one of you, when you know your stuff, and you know what you're doing, and you're posting, and you're making sales in that, you are graduating to profession. And at that point, when you know how to make sales, and you can make continuous sales, now you can put a price tag per hour on what you're worth. Okay? You understand how this whole thing works? We're in a profession. This isn't something where you just go and play online. I make a living doing this. I don't have a job. I don't go to an 8 to 5 job. I graduated from that almost 15 years ago. I've been online ever since. I don't do that crap. I make my money here. And I make more money here than I've ever made working a job. And that's why we're here. We're here to train all of you guys. And that's why, I'm doing stuff like this, how to tell a story. Your story is what's going to sell people on you and wanting them to open up their wallet or their purse and get involved and buy a product from you. Okay? Until you can learn how to be an entrepreneur, anybody out there will tell you, any successful entrepreneur will tell you, you can. That's why I watch shows like Dragon's Den and Shark Tank. I love watching those shows because I get to watch how those guys, the questions they ask, what they're expecting from someone who's trying to sell them something, okay, or sell them on something. You learn a lot from that. People go, why do you waste your time on TV? I learn from TV. There's certain things I learn from. I was talking to, I'm not sure if it was Joan or someone I was talking to today, about cyber crimes. Okay? We got to talk about cyber crimes today.
Yeah.
So I watch shows like CSI Cyber, Scorpion, stuff like that. Those intrigue me because all these shows are based on real events that happened. And they take them and they put them into a thing. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. They could be teaching a lot of people out there some of the wrong things. Now, they talk about black hat out there. Black hat programmers are literally the most dangerous programmers you could ever come across. And I'm not saying dangerous as in bad dangerous. I'm just saying dangerous as in they can do just about anything. Okay? So black hat would be someone who would, I don't know, tap into the Pentagon, tap into Revenue Canada, stuff like that, be able to manipulate stuff and not get caught. Okay? I actually worked with a guy who was black hat. And he actually tapped into Revenue Canada and took money out right in front of my eyes. And then he threatened to kill me if I said anything. Fortunately, he got caught. It's not too often, but they do. How many years in jail did he get? None. You know why? Can anybody tell me why? What happens to black hat hackers? Does anybody know?
They end up working for the...
They end up working for the government.
You're right.
They're either given a life sentence that they can't get out, a complete lifetime ban from anything electronic, or they go and work for them. And that's where he is today. He works for the federal government of Canada, catching cyber criminals. Okay? That's what they do when they get caught. Two choices. That's all they have. Okay? So why did I bring this up? Because it's all part of everything that we do. Okay? When we're marketing online, we are becoming an entity that is attracting people. And our job is to attract people, okay? And all done ethically, by the way. This is all ethical marketing. I don't do anything unethical at all ever, and if I ever catch anybody doing it, I turf them. Okay? It's that quick. I got zero tolerance for anybody who wants to manipulate or be a deviant online. I got zero tolerance for them. Okay? I'm here to show you how you can make as much money as you can. Okay? I've experienced that. I've experienced $10,000 days, $30,000 months. I've experienced all that kind of stuff. I know what it's like to make that kind of money. Okay? I've been in this program 6 weeks. I've made almost $10,000. Some of you would wish that you could even get a portion of what I've been able to make. The beautiful part is that you can. You can make more than me. And I hope you do. Okay? The whole part about everything that we do online, telling the story, is you got to be consistent. So anybody who follows me online knows that everything I say, it happens to me every day, and I post it on Facebook. Okay? And that's where it is. I post it on my timeline. Does anybody know what else I do with that post? Anybody on the panel know what I do with that post?
You put it in other programs like Hercules and any other, and also on Fiverr. Wherever you can find places to post, you post.
Where else do I put it? I make that post on Facebook. Where else, if you've been watching my stuff, where else are you?
Oh, it's on your
Google
timeline.
Plus.
It's on your timeline in Facebook.
I know it's on my timeline.
Google Plus.
It's on there too. It's also in Facebook someplace else.
All your groups.
All my groups. I use my Facebook poster, and I take that same post and I put it across 600 groups.
Oh, I thought you had already done that. We're asking what else you do.
Yeah,
I just
that's what I
assumed
do,
that.
because
I know.
the only people that will see my post on my timeline are my friends and anybody who's connected to them.
Yeah,
The
no,
people
I
in the
thought
groups aren't connected to me, so I do the same thing there. 95% of all my sales that I've made since April 14th have come from my groups.
Yeah.
Okay? Now,
Another thing, Carl.
Okay, go ahead.
Another thing that I think is really important is we all need to have posture. And in order to gain that posture and be able to be positive in what you're doing is to be on this hangout. Learning from you on this hangout is invaluable because it trains our minds to think in a positive way. And if people don't come on the hangout and they don't get involved, they aren't a part of what we're doing, they're not going to have that posture. They're not going to feel confidence in going out and talking to other people.
Well, not everybody can get on the Hangouts, though, Joan. I mean, there's a lot of people, you know, I would say 90% of them have jobs. So they need to at least review them, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, at
Yeah.
least review them. But, you know,
Yeah, because isn't it always recorded?
it's always recorded. You know, anybody who has opted in to my channel or anything like that will immediately get notified when I start a Hangout and when the recording is ready. Okay?
So there's no excuses.
There isn't any. Literally, there's no excuses, regardless of whether they come to my Hangout or not. There's no excuses. They put down $197. Utilize that $197. Go into the back office and learn something. Okay? Now, let's get back to the consistency here. Okay? The reason I've made the sales I have is because I'm consistently telling my story every day through the groups. Okay? Everybody that is connected with me through the groups has literally connected with me on my Skype now, have friended me on Facebook, and even on LinkedIn and some of the other places I'm posting. Now, these are the most expensive leads you will ever have that you paid zero money for. Other than, of course, not $197 to get the software. But you're not paying for advertising. I don't do pay-per-clicks. And you know, I spend less than $20 a month on advertising. As a matter of fact, for the last 2 months, I think I spent $10. That's it. And I've made that kind of money. All because I used the software that was given to me. All I did is I went into the back office, I followed exactly what Billy told me to do, and I went out and did it. And for any of you out there that think, oh, Carl, you've been in this industry for 35 years, your list must be huge. My list was completely destroyed, folks. And it was destroyed from network marketing. Because I got involved just in the last 2 years in 2 different businesses that took me from way up here to smashing me and crushing me like a bug. Okay? And that kills reputations. I'm rebuilding my reputation. I had a list of over 12,000 people. As a matter of fact, 47,000 people were in my last business. Okay? And because that business collapsed, I have less than 100 people left in it. And will those people follow me? No, they've already told me. Right? They blamed me, not the company, for the problem that happened. They blamed me. Why? What did I say earlier? People follow you, not companies. So I brought people into a business that failed. So in essence, I failed the people. Okay? And this is something you have to live with. And you know what? I have to go and rebuild my reputation. And now a lot of them are slowly starting to come back to me saying, is this one for real? And all I can tell them is, look, you know, since April 14th, I've made this amount of money. And I continue to make these payments, or these commissions, every single day just about. This is all I can tell you. This is the company owner. This is what I know about him, and this is where we go with things. Okay? I will leave it up to you now to decide what you'd like to do. It's working for me. It's working for many others. You can see the proof all across the internet. So, you know, that's how I tell people to make their decisions. You know, it's really sad when you spend years building massive lists and then you get involved with a business that just can't make it work.
But
and
you know what,
you pay
Carl?
the ultimate price, right?
But you know what, Carl? People eventually come to the realization it's not you, it's the company that was at fault.
Yeah, but it takes time. A lot of people don't, though, Joan. This is what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people don't. You know me, and you came on board. Had you not known me or anything before, chances are you probably wouldn't have done it.
I disagree, because I have been in companies where people have brought me in and the company has flopped, and I continue to follow the person, and I'll tell you why. When you get to know a person as well as I know you, I know that you're a person of integrity. I know you're a person of your word. And this is what people are looking for. They're looking for honesty. They're looking for commitment, which you give 100%. They're looking for people that they can trust, and people can trust you. So if the company goes belly up, it's not your fault. And people have to suck it up, and they have to realize, hey, companies fail every day, but that doesn't mean that everybody that was in that company is blackballed because of it. And you have proven over and over again that you can rally and you can move forward and you can take people to something better. And that's what's really, really important about building a very positive place on the internet, and so that people have your identity well in mind and they know what you're all about. That's, you know, that's basically what this is all about.
Exactly. You know, I mean, none of us can actually foresee what's going to happen in any kind of future.
No.
Okay, of a company. You know, even today, I mean, there's companies. You know, I just heard in the news today, Blacks, which has been around for, I don't know, 40, 50 years, is shutting down all their stores in Canada because they can't compete with the digital age anymore. You know, it happened to McBain Camera there not too long ago. I mean, look at all the companies that have been around for 30, 40, 50 years that just completely closed down. You know, we had Target that came up to Canada. Target, you know, billion-dollar company, comes up here, opens up 1,500 stores, couldn't cut it in the Canadian market, closed all 1,500 stores, and put, like, I don't know, 45,000 people out of work.
But you know what,
Right?
Carl?
You don't know. Nobody can predict.
That's right.
Okay?
Because Target in the United States has risen to the top echelons because now Kmart is losing ground. Target is taking over their business in the States. So
Yeah.
where you will fail one place, you can rally in another, is my point.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Tom, I don't know. I think you were trying to say something. And I kind of cut you off. Were you trying to...
Yes, I wanted to say something because it's the matter that Carl. First of all, I follow you, and you're one of my best friends. So I'm going to follow you. And one of the reasons why I stick with you is that you don't give up. If something goes down, you're always thinking of the next situation that's going to work and give us success. And then you follow up with us and you stay with us. So that's the reason why I'm still here, because again I need to make money. I've been down in the dumps. I'm working my way up, and you're throwing me lifelines, and you care, and we're friends. So those are important factors when it comes to following up and moving forward. Got to keep moving forward no matter what happens.
Well, that's just it. I mean, this is why I talk about, my description of this here today is it's all about your successes and your failures. That's what creates you to be an entrepreneur, okay? If you don't have any failures at all in your life, I will seriously tell you you're in big trouble, okay? Because when the bomb hits, you're never going to know it, okay? And that's the thing, is you need to go through that experience. I've been through more failures than you can possibly imagine. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars on the internet, okay? Do I care? No, I don't. It's only money, okay? Money can be made again. The only thing that I have regrets about is the time that I lost, because I can't get that back, okay? So this is why I always tell you, and I'll tell everybody that I coach, is that you cannot waste your time on negative energy, because negative energy is going to destroy you, okay? You will die a very poor person if you allow negativity to control your life. Anything that happens to me negatively, I take that and I turn it into a positive situation. If, like the software, when the software stopped working after the upgrade we just had, I didn't sit around and complain about how the software wasn't working or anything. Well, everybody else was out doing that, sitting into the Facebook groups and all that, and all they're doing is crying and whining all day about how the software's not working. You know what I did? I went out and I started going old school again, started doing it manually. And you know what? I was still making sales. Well, everybody else was not making any sales. They were too busy venting in rooms. And that was good for me, because I was out getting all the sales that they could have had. Because I don't allow anything to stop me from getting to where I want to be. And this is what I'm trying to drill into everybody. This is the mind cleansing that you have to go through. And it's going to be a painful process for you, because it's going to be hard for you to change your attitude. And you've got to do it. You cannot let anything stop you from getting to where you want to be. Okay? If you've got a goal in life that you need to make $5,000 or so a month, you don't stop. You don't let anything get in your way. You don't need, if something comes up, oh, I can't do it this way, then you think a different way around it. You don't sit there and jump up and down and bang your arms and yell at people and stuff like that, saying how everything is a scam and doesn't work. Those people will be broke their entire life, and they're going to lose a lot of friends and people. I have people that I've actually blocked off of my Facebook because I got tired of them venting. I got tired of them in group. I've left groups because I got tired of people saying, oh, this is a scam, that's a scam. I'm like this close to leaving the IBK community group because I'm tired of the whiners in there. Go out and make some friggin' money. You just can't spend your days doing that. If you do, you probably make too much money because that's all you want to do all day long. So, kind of getting back to the venting thing, I kind of want to get away from that. But this is the world we live in, folks. Okay? And you got to learn how to embrace it, because you're going to be challenged every single day of your life, whether it's in online marketing, whether it's in your personal life, whatever it is, and you've got to take whatever that negative thing is that's come up. Maybe it's a bill that's past due. Maybe it's something that's a negative aura, and you got to turn around and find a different way to pay that bill off and get that out of there. Turn it into a positive direction. Okay? And the moment you start doing that, you're going to live such a stress-free life. Life is going to be so good that it's going to be like, I don't know, candy canes and lollipops, whatever you want to do it. You'll be like Elf. Like Will Ferrell is an elf, just jumping around happy all the time. I'm singing. You know what I mean? You're just happy. And this is the kind of life you can live. Okay? And people who are happy are just happy, man. You know, I may not sound like I'm happy right here on here. I'm trying to put a message across. But for the first time in many, many, many years, I have been stress-free. And it's the best feeling in the world. Okay?
When Carl came to visit us, he and his wife, Rena, spent the whole day with us. And I never had a greater day. We laughed and we joked and it was just great to be able to really see that Carl is the person he says he is. And he really is. And we could joke and have a really, really good time. Even though he is very business oriented, he still has time in his life to chill out and enjoy things. And my husband and I were really, really happy to have had that privilege because it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it very much.
Well, you're right. And look at this. See, you can see me here, I think. How many of you can walk around in shorts and a t-shirt? See, I got shorts on, I'm in a t-shirt. You can't go to work like this, right? How many of you can go to work like that? You know, good thing I wasn't in my underwear. So, but that's the point. I'm saying is that, you know, you live life on your terms. That's my tagline, okay? You know, another tagline I have is, don't settle for ordinary, be extraordinary, okay? That's how you've got to live your life. And when you start doing that, you're going to be amazed at the things that are going to happen. You know, when I was out there in Kelowna visiting Joan there, you know, I am very business oriented, very. But I also know how to enjoy life, okay? Because I'm not going to let life get the best of me. I'm going to get the best of life, okay? That's just how it is. And any of you that are having a hard time right now, I'm telling you, follow the plan that's in this program, okay? And yes, we will be there to help answer any kind of questions. But the one thing we do demand is that you at least go through the training and go through the videos first before coming to us, because chances are every question you have is answered in those videos, okay? But I'm here for anybody that I refer in this business to support them, and I help support the others that are in there, okay? I just do that kind of stuff. Hey, Johnny.
He just came in from having fun walking the dog.
Yeah, there you go. So, but you know, I don't want to kind of go on and on about this. I'm hoping that I covered what you needed to do. I mean, storytelling is the biggest thing. You know, when I was down in Kelowna, you know, some of you followed me. I went down there because my son got married just outside of Kelowna there, by Penticton, which is about, what, 45 minutes or something like that from you, Joan?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So he got married out in a resort there. And I shared pictures and stuff. So you'll see some of that on my advertising, some of the pictures of the wedding and stuff. And I shared that there. And I made money while I was at the wedding. I took my laptop with me, okay? And Rena goes, I don't know if you should be doing this. Your son's going to kill you, right? Because I brought work with me, but I go, you know what? I got to do work. So I set it up. All the cabins had Wi-Fi. What I did is I got up early in the morning, around 7 o'clock in the morning. I opened up my laptop. I said good morning to everybody, you know, did a couple of posts, and I ran my software, and then we were out. I was rarely in the cabin at all the whole 4 or 5 days I was there. And you know what? I made sales while I was there. The software did it all for me. I'm telling you. When you're running the software, and again it works, 1.3, I'm running it, okay? When you run the software and you start posting your story, whatever you post, whatever you talk about that day, you know, I don't care. Oh, I took the car into the mechanic, and you know what? Ah, darn, I have to get a new starter. And but you know what? I still was able to get my business running, and I got 45 leads that came in today. That's a good day. Or I got 1 sale and 42 leads. Or 1 sale and 16 leads. Or whatever it is. You're never going to make any money unless you start telling people about it. And I tell people all over my Facebook page what I'm doing. Okay? The other thing I need to do, and this is just another little mind cleansing thing that I've got to do with you guys before we call it a session, because it's just after an hour here now. So that I've had this chat with Tom, and I've had this chat with Joan, and I'm not sure if I had it with Stephen or not, but we're having it right now. And Rick's, I think, just listening on. I don't know if you can hear or not, but you know, the one thing that you all have to make a decision on, and again, this is the part that's the hardest for you, and this is where it starts to hurt. You have to decide, whatever your financial position is, you have to decide what's most important, okay? I've had people like, you know, when Tom and I got on the phone, he goes, you know, Carl, I'm a member of 40 groups, and I really don't want to post in those groups and that kind of stuff, because it's all about all this other kind of stuff. And I said to Tom, I says, okay, here's the two choices you have, okay? When you're joining groups, you join all the groups. Now what you got to do is you got to grab all the links of the groups you don't want to post in, put it into a separate file, and then as you go and do your notepad stuff, okay, you got to go in, you got to remove all those links. And he goes, oh, I got like 40 groups, it's so much work. I says, yeah, it's work. You got to make a decision. You want to make money? Then this is what you got to do. Or alternative two, delete the groups and just do business on your Facebook page. You have to decide what you want to do. What's more important for you? Is it having all your friends on there that are going to get your messages, or the groups that are on there, and you don't want to be doing to that? You have to decide what's important for you. This is what I did. I notified all my friends and all my family to turn off notifications from me. That's what I told them all to do. I said, because I'm advertising my business on Facebook. So either you get my stuff on your wall and you put up with it, or you turn off notifications, or just go ahead and unfriend me. Don't care. But I'm doing this on Facebook. I'm giving you a warning. This is what I'm doing. All of the company groups that I was in the past, I deleted them all. I left them all. Oof. Got rid of them. Don't have any use for them anymore. Because I'm building a business. And I'm going to be promoting to all of these businesses here. If the people don't like it, unfriend me. It doesn't matter. Because I'm going to have 4 new friends that are going to become my friends anyways. Go. Have a nice day. Have fun. Right? That's the mind cleansing I have to get into my head. You have to decide what's more important for you. Okay? It's easy to tell all of your friends, just turn off notifications. They won't go on your wall. It's that simple. You know? Or unfollow me, so you don't get any of those. We'll still be friends. Just unfollow me. Okay? You just won't get my notifications. See how simple that was? Rather than jumping up and down and cursing and phoning me up and swearing at me on the phone and all this kind of stuff, you could have just gone unfollow. Or you could even gone even further and gone unfriend.
Yeah, Carl, there's another way you can do that. You can set these people up as professional and versus close friends, and only the things that you want to the professionals, business people, internet marketing people, they're the only ones that are going to get your business posts.
Absolutely, but you've also got to remember to select that when you do your post. Most people don't. They just write it in there and you post, and it goes immediately to public, right? So I just, rather than doing all that, because I got like 1,700 friends, and I'd have to go through all of that and start putting them into categories.
Right.
I just did a post to everybody, and I said, look, I said, this is what's happening. Unfollow me, you know, turn off notifications or unfriend me, but this is what's happening. So be ready for it. And that's it. So, you know, I had to make a decision. I'm out to make money on the internet. I'm using Facebook to build my business. If you notify everybody with that, Facebook is not going to do anything to you because they have a running record that you notified people to warn them. Okay? Because when someone does a report on you, Facebook goes through to see if there is anything that you guys talked about, you know, to see whether you actually warned them or something, to say, look, unfriend me, unfollow me, or whatever like that. They look for that before they take any kind of action. Okay? That's part of the process. So this will save anybody from getting your account terminated or anything, communicate with people. Let them know. Look, I'm in business now. You know, no offense or anything, but I'm going to be using this, and I need to, you know, let you know that this is what you need to do. If not, you know, be prepared to get my stuff all over your wall. You know, the first time you get something, you could just click on it and go unfollow, and then you'll never get it again. It's so simple. It's so simple, it's unbelievable. But yet I see people jumping up and down and screaming and yelling and sending very vicious words to each other and all that kind of stuff to me too. And it's like, you know what, I told you, man. And then I go and unfriend them. I says, you know, it was that easy. So, you know, life is not as difficult as everybody makes it out to be. You know, it's like the media. You know, the media goes and looks for the worst possible things to talk about on the news. You rarely see anything good. You rarely see them talk about anything good. It's always bad stuff. It's turmoil. People just seem to be engulfed in that for whatever reason. We're crazy as human beings, man. You know, it's funny how the worst things is what attracts our attention the most. You know, when any of you guys here on this panel or anybody who's listening to this, when you see a post where someone says scam, everybody's all over that. Everybody's all over that. But when someone posts good morning, no one ever replies back. You notice that? But if I put good morning scammers, I'd probably get a lot of freaking answers back on that because I put a negative tone in my greeting. You understand? It's funny how we react on certain things. So sometimes you need to put something out to get somebody's attention. Okay? And that's what I do sometimes. I have to do that in order to get people's attention.
So if you just put that into your timeline and put a note that you're in business and that they will be getting notifications if they don't want them, just click unfollow or unfriend you.
Yeah, you could do that. I've done that many times. I've done that many times where I've done a post and I said, look, by the way, I'm getting, where I'll put a timeline message out there. I go, by the way, I thought I would share this with you. I am doing business online, and you'll probably get a lot of posts from me. So here's what you need to do so that it doesn't come across your timeline. Just either unfollow me or turn off notifications, or if you really don't want to be connected to me anymore, then unfriend me. But okay. I'm letting you know that this is what's going, and that's what my post would be. And I would send that out to everybody who's connected on my timeline. Okay. And then I always get a response back saying, hey, it's no problem, Carl, I don't mind seeing your stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then they go, well, thanks for the update. I was trying to figure out how to do that, or something like that, because some people just don't know, right? So it's all about being courteous, okay? Because you don't want to come across as a jerk-off. Okay, so I try to be as courteous as I can to people, you know, when I'm doing my stuff. And it's the same thing like when I'm using my Skype software. You know, that's another one that I do a lot of recruiting with. You know, I will send out a mass broadcast through Skype, letting everybody know what I'm up to, and then at the end I'll say, if you don't want to receive this anymore, please just respond back with remove me. And I really actually remove them right from my Skype. There's no sense in them being on there if they don't want to see anything from me. What's the point? Right? And that's how you weed out everybody. You weed out the people that are just trying to use you as a friend to get more ratings on their Facebook page or something like that. If they don't have any intention of doing anything I'm doing, there's no sense in them being connected to me. Right? And that's just one way of you getting a really good responsive list built on Facebook. Okay? Or any other social media for that matter.
Good.
Okay, so I know we were kind of all over the place today. I really didn't know what to put as a title here, but I really want to let people know that the money that I make and the money that a lot of others make, like Alicia Walsh and Billy Brady and quite a few others that are starting to make thousands every month now, it's all about the storytelling. Okay, so be consistent every single day. You need to be. You know. Don't think you can use the IBK poster once a week, because again, you're going to post once a week to groups. You could post on the day that nobody goes and looks at what's in there, and then by the time they do go in there, the post is gone. Okay? It's just like sending somebody an email. I've gone days without checking my email, and then I just do a bulk trash thing. Poof. I don't, you know, when I got 1,000 emails in there, I'm not going to go through them all. You know? And some people said, well, I just sent you an important email. I'll send it again. Right? What's hard with that? Send it again. Well, I'm not going to send it. Well, don't then. Again, I love my life. I'm stress-free. And I still make money. And that's how all of you should be. Okay? Stress-free and making money. Getting little whistles like I get from my cell phone. And every time I get a whistle, there's 150 bucks sitting on there. I love when my phone whistles. I love it to death. Okay? So, let's leave it at that. Hopefully what I shared was good. Hopefully those that listen to this are going to get something out of this today. Panelists, thank you very much for coming on today. I'm not going to be doing a hangout on Friday, I don't think. I think I'm just going to be doing them on Wednesdays for right now. Fridays seem to be just too much of a hectic day to do things on. And personally, I might be turning them into a fishing day. So, why? Because I can. So, okay, everyone, thanks a lot for coming on today. And just know that we're there to help you out as best as we can. There's lots of training in the back office. Just take the time and go through it. You paid for it. Go through it. Thanks, everyone. Any last words before we go?
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
That was great.
Okay, everyone. Take care. Have a great day.